Fortnite just dropped a brand new season, so today I'm going to show you the best drop spots for ranking up or just winning every game in pubs. No matter what playstyle you have, I have a drop spot for you. So let's get started. The first drop spot is Supernova Academy, which is one of the brand new POIs this season. And it might not seem like a very good spot because there are a few people landing here and there aren't a lot of chests compared to the size of the POI. But it actually has a secret vault under this building, which you can open by starting the hero training, which is basically just some aim and parkour training. And if you complete it before the timer is up, you unlock the vault, which has 3 god chests. So you'll have some pretty solid loot very quickly. In one of the other buildings, there's also a little shop where you can buy boons and stuff with gold. Plus, if you happen to hit A rank fast enough, you can open this door, which I believe has mythic revolvers and a cache. So if you play this drop spot right, you can get very stacked. Next is my personal favorite drop spot for ranked, located right here on the edge of the map. And they made a lot of changes to the area this season. This spot is pretty low key and I haven't seen anyone drop here in ranked yet, but they're definitely missing out because there's up to 40 chests in the area. But once people find out about this drop, I would recommend landing on these chests and slurp barrels to get weapons and shields before anyone else, and you can get some free shots on the people gliding in. Then rotate to this tower where you can see the entire area, and then if it's clear you can rotate down to the rest of the buildings and the superhero cache. And if you need any more shields, there are 6 hidden slurp barrels in this building and a slurp tanker nearby. So once you're looted up, you can use the launch pad on the tower to get to the top of the mountain and use that launch pad to rotate anywhere you want. Demon's Domain is next up on the list, and as you can see there might be a few people landing with you because it's currently the only medallion location you can land at. But there's a god chest on the top of the building that can be very helpful for taking out the people that landed with you. And once you have the POI to yourself, the boss is surprisingly easy to defeat because he doesn't have that much health, and if you just hide behind builds and dodge his attacks, he can't really do much. And in case you didn't know, he drops a medallion which regens shields and makes you reload faster, just like the Nitro medallion. And he also drops a mythic assault rifle, so you'll be pretty stacked if you can make it out alive. Before we jump into the next one, remember to use code Mr. Bossman when you buy the battle pass. It really helps out the channel. Next up is Utopia City, which replaced Seaport City, but it's still pretty much the same thing. These 3 buildings have the most chests, so that's where I would recommend landing. It's almost guaranteed that somebody's going to be landing with you, but if you can survive, there's some very good loot to be had with up to 65 chests in the area and a superhero cache. Another plus is that it has pretty easy rotates to almost anywhere Storm pulls, so if you like Seaport, you'll probably like Utopia City as well. The train is now completely stopped near Crime City, and instead of the vault style chest, it has 2 god chests on it and some slurp barrels. This is a very good spot if you don't really like fighting off spawn but still want some good loot. However, there aren't that many normal chests, so you might want to rotate to Crime City for more loot, especially if you're playing with a teammate, and I would not really recommend this for trios or squads because there just isn't really that much loot, but if you're a solo there might be enough, and you're fairly central to the map, so you shouldn't have very far to rotate when Storm comes. Up next we have Shogun Solitude, which has up to 40 chests in the area and is a spawn location for the Overlord Spire, which drops exotic shotguns. But landing in the main POI can be kind of sketchy, so I like to drop at this tower, which has up to 5 chests and 4 slurp barrels. So then you'll have the loot and shield advantage over anyone trying to kill the spire. And you can third party them really easily by using the launch pad or zipline, unless you have a squad, because then there isn't enough loot for all of you at the tower. So try dropping the main buildings instead. So overall, this POI has lots of really good loot potential, but it is on the edge of the map, so you might have to rotate pretty far when Storm comes. Now we have Outlaw Oasis, and not much has really changed here. There's up to 30 chests, and in solos you'll probably be contested, but in squads you can try to spread out and take over the entire POI, and you'll still have plenty of loot for everyone. There's also tons of trees for quick farming mats, a few slurp barrels, and a reboot van if you need it. But by far the best part of this POI is the geysers, because they send you so high you can rotate insanely far really quickly. I usually use it to go to the giant mountain near Crime City so I can get a free rotate to any storm circle. The next location is Shiny Shafts, and I like to land on this side because there are more chests and an easier escape route compared to the other side. The POI has up to 38 chests, so plenty of loot no matter what your party size is, and the POI is usually pretty uncontested. It also has up to 16 slurp barrels, so you can get full shields plus a little extra if you take damage, and since it's in a valley you can get high ground really easily. So if you're playing squads and don't want a W key off spawn, this is a really good spot. Next is my ranked drop spot from last season, Foxy Floodgate. Landing down in the underground is definitely definitely the best strategy because there's up to 14 chests, and if you land up on the floodgate itself, you'll usually get lasered out of nowhere. And since the POI is dead center on the map, you can hide in the underground almost the entire game if you want. There are also lots of slurp barrels, a slurp tanker, and launch pads, and cars for movement. The Overlord spike can spawn here as well, but it spawns at the top of the floodgate right in the open, and since it takes so long to defeat it, you definitely need to watch out for third parties. And now we have my tournament drop spot that I've been using for the past 2 or 3 seasons. It's right here on the edge of the map to make sure that it's uncontested. I haven't landed here yet this season, but it doesn't look like much has changed. It doesn't have that many chests, but there are quite a few in the general area. And there are lots of slurp barrels here, so you can make sure you have full shield. But this is about as edge of the map as you can get, so you're definitely gonna have lots of long rotates dropping here, so I'd only recommend using it in tournaments or if you keep getting destroyed off spawn and ranked. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to watch my last video where I talked about how to get better vision to always see your opponent first.